Nation, this first battle of the night is 3 5-minute rounds in the bantamweight division. Introducing your first warrior. Fighting out of the blue corner. This man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 2 wins and no losses. He stands 170 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 61.3 kilograms. Representing Secutor Smederava and fighting out of Smederava, Serbia. Please welcome Miljan Zdravkovic. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 5 wins and 1 loss. He stands 170 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 61.7 kilograms. Representing Austrian MMA Academy and fighting out of Vienna, Austria, by way of Turkey. Give it up for Ahmet Your referee is down Teshes.
He has the composure, he has the skills to get it done, but he's never faced somebody with a wrestling background comparable to that of Miljan Zdravkovic. A very, very exciting fight and prospect. Shimshek loosely translates into English as lightning. And when you see this guy striking, poetic justice kicked in, some kind of fate. Straight in with the front kick is Shimshek. You can see just how composed he is. He loves to lead the dance. He occupies the center as soon as the fight kicks off and just works behind that beautiful jab.
Shimshek has showed the power in his straight right. He also showed it previously with that jab. He's got 2 mighty fists in front of him.
Zdravkovic trying to come over the top, but you can see just, nearly got clipped there. Needs to keep those hands up. Has to give Zdravkovic the respect he deserves in there.
The fighter from Secutor maybe thinking about changing his level. There it was.
How good is the takedown defense? Needs to be wary of getting up his back here. Both hooks in. Zdravkovic using that purple belt jiu-jitsu to try and make something happen here. Trying to go for the knee bar. Switches back to the rear naked choke. How good is the defense of Ahmet Shimshek? He essentially has a backpack in the form of Zdravkovic.
Shimshek now needs to clear at least one of those hooks. He tried. He's pushing his hip down against the mat and trying to strip the foot off using the mat. He's cleared 1 hook. If he can clear the second one, he's going to be able to reverse and stand up. There you go.
Great job by Shimshek to weather the early grappling storm from Zdravkovic and now pressures the young fighter against the cage.
This was a huge moment for Ronan Phil. It showed he can get taken down, can get his back taken, and stay in the fight and get it back up to where he wants.
Having the striking ability that he has, I'd like to see him create a little bit of separation here and start working behind those strikes again. And this is where Ronan flourishes. Tries to pop off a nice 1-2 there. Just grazed the chin of Zdravkovic. That's a fun name to say, by the way. Zdravkovic. Ronan just stalking right now. Hasn't taken his eyes off. Done a great job there, just disguising the kick behind the hands.
Miljan circling now, maybe trying to take advantage of a little bit of reach.
He needs to be wary of circling into that power hand, but just tags the chin a little bit there. Miljan showing that he also has hands. That's the push kick, one of the naughtier moves in mixed martial arts. That push kick to the knee, perfectly legal, but as someone with a dodgy knee, every time I see it, it just makes me cringe a little bit, Kirik.
Nice counter kick from Ronan.
Ronan looks like he's trying to set up a big uppercut. He has landed it clean in fights before, but Zdravkovic, again, is not afraid to throw hands. He's not resting on reputation or ceremony here. He's mixing it up very well with an accomplished striker.
Phil, we've seen a lot of Secutor fighters, and they are all good. This is a highly trained, professional mixed martial artist in front of him. He's got a little problem to deal with, and he's gonna, in about the next minute, he'll come up with a game plan that's either gonna work or it's not. Right now he's circling. He's trying to download a little information. Doesn't quite have a strategy yet.
And I guess at 22 years old, he hasn't really had the time to pick up any bad habits that, say, somebody like Shimshek, who's got a wealth of experience in K1, may have picked up purely striking. Trying to come over the top again is Zdravkovic. Very much holding his own here in the striking.
Little bit of a low blow, absolutely unintentional. Fighters touched hands over it, showing excellent sportsmanship. Fighter has up to 5 minutes to recover from that, but he's absolutely not going to take it, as you can see.
And the beautiful thing about Šimšek is, if he injures his opponent, he can also treat them. He's actually a medic in the Austrian National Army. Popping well behind that jab. Just upping the frequency, turning it up a little bit more, giving Zdravkovic more problems to try and deal with here. Good shot to the midsection from Zdravkovic. Again, it's Šimšek who's leading the dance here, mixing it up with his levels.
Šimšek is starting to corral his opponent. He's starting to force his opponent to move in directions he wants, and that was the direction that Miljan wanted to take. Wanted to get in on those hips, just needs to be set up a little bit better.
Smart takedown defense exhibited there by Šimšek. Working the body very well, just changing up the frequency of his strikes, the levels. Constantly stalking Zdravkovic.
That's the 5th shot to the body that we've seen Ronan throw. I believe he's trying to set up a headshot. He'll land one or two more shots to the body like that, and then he'll give it everything he's got.
And as we see so often in mixed martial arts, working the body, it's also an investment as you go into the later rounds. It depletes the fighter incrementally. Zdravkovic needs to be wary of keeping the hands up when he's moving back. Those flurries of Ahmet Šimšek, it's not the 2nd, 3rd, or even the 4th that catches, sometimes the 5th, but big shots again being thrown by Šimšek, who's in on a takedown of his own. Nice use of the wizard, needs to be wary of exposing that neck.
Again though, Phil, big moment for Ronan. He showed he can actually initiate with wrestling of his own.
Comes over the top again with a big shot. Oh, that one was right on the money, and Zdravkovic just ate it. One thing you can say about Zdravkovic is he can take a shot, tried to mix it up with a flying knee, but the round closed out. Big shots landed by Šimšek. Second round, we are locked, loaded, and ready to go.
Round 2, baby. Curiously, Phil, I think both fighters may have a little increase in confidence here. They both felt what each other has. They've both been able to withstand it. You may see them both start to increase the aggression now.
Oh, big head kick attempt, just shy, but needs to be wary of hitting the back of the head there. Again, good heavy sprawl. Zdravkovic trying to force Šimšek against the cage, and great awareness from Šimšek to angle out away from the cage, not making himself prone.
What I'm loving from Šimšek, Phil, is the scrambles and the even fight. And this is a pretty close fight so far. They're one of the scrambles, and he's able to go from grappling to striking in a split second. Not a lot of fighters at this level do.
Šimšek again just pawing out with that jab to set something up. A little bit of theatricality and misdirection, giving Zdravkovic different looks. Neither fighter has fully settled in. I don't think either fighter has quite got the range or the measure of their opponent, but if anything, that just tells me how high level these guys are.
Well, Phil, Šimšek, what he wants to do is set down and let those hands really go, but the moment you set down,
he's vulnerable to
the takedown. And by contrast, of course, Miljan wants to get that takedown, but he's waiting for his opponent to set down on the shot so he can do it with great success.
And Šimšek has shown him the uppercut a few times, almost as if to say, if you come in lazy, I will pop this uppercut through your jaw. It's almost as if it's almost as if Šimšek is waiting for Zdravkovic to initiate that grappling exchange and work his counter strikes off that, Kieran.
I think he'd be happy countering either his opponent's strikes or his opponent's takedowns. I think he feels like he's a superior striker. He should be able to take advantage of shots coming in, and absolutely feels like he can stop that takedown now.
Yeah, stiff shot there from Zdravkovic.
As I said, these second tour fighters are absolutely unbelievable.
Zdravkovic needs to be careful when he's throwing that jab, not train tracking with it. May have opened up a little bit of a cut on Shimshek. See a little bit of blood just coming down underneath the right eye.
That can factor huge in the judges' scorecards when they see damage like that. And blood is a sign of damage. It counts for a lot.
Shimshek needs to be wary of chasing here. He has to keep it nice and controlled. He can't chase Zdravkovic around the cage. I think a lot of people will be pleasantly surprised with the endeavor, heart, and intelligence shown by Miljan Zdravkovic so far in the fight.
The local fighter Phil is absolutely doing himself proud.
Got caught with a little bit of a hook there. Took a bit of a deep breath.
Doesn't want his back that close to the fence.
Big overhand shot. He's thrown the overhand a couple of times. It hasn't quite landed as clean as he would have liked, but it's inching ever closer.
Now he's got that back off the fence.
Again, that jab has worked a couple of times for Zdravkovic. Seems to be growing slowly in confidence with his own striking.
He's absolutely got confidence in his fists now, Phil. I think what I'd like to see him do is have some confidence in those kicks. He just got kicked hard. To psychologically stay in this fight, you got to kick him back hard. Let him know anything you can do, I can do better. There you go. Asked, answered.
As we've seen so often in mixed martial arts, the calf kick, which has become so prominent, is such a debilitating strike when they've been landed at nauseum. Shimshek keeping those hands a little bit too low, just raises them now. Doing a good job of mixing up the angles. Blind takedown by Zdravkovic. Momentarily Shimshek, but bounces right back up again. Confidence growing here from Shimshek. Has defended 2 or 3 takedowns pretty cleanly.
That was a big lost moment for Bushido.
Big straight popped off there by Zdravkovic. Again, very, very close fight, Kirik. Nice little switch pop uppercut from Shimshek. Can't quite tell where we are in the rounds. I haven't been keeping track. We don't have it on our graphic, unfortunately.
About 25 seconds left, 10 left.
Oh, it was a great shot right down
That
the
right hand is landing.
Closing stances of the round. Zdravkovic maybe pulled away in the closing stances or so, landing 2 very good shots there, Kerry.
Very, very hard rounds to score, Phil. It would not surprise me in the least, having said that, if we're looking at 19-19, what that means is whoever wins this last round wins this fight.
So if you're in the corner of either man right now, you're going to be telling them that you need to go out there and do something definitive, i.e. get the finish and secure the win.
Both fighters are landing big shots now. A little surprising to him, but Ahmet Shimshek is actually landing the bigger kicks. Miljan is landing that big right hand. Both of their corners right now are telling him to land what you landed the last round, but even harder.
So you see Shimshek landing a big hammer fist. Zdravkovic tried to force him against the cage. He circled off very well, used the wizard, flared the hips. And a considerable amount of this fight, the vast majority of it has been contested on the feet, Kirik. Now, is that by virtue of the fact that Zdravkovic is gaining in confidence, or is it because Shimshek is able to defend the takedown, or perhaps a little bit of both?
It's because Ahmet Shimshek is not fighting the game that he'd love to be fighting. He's not setting down and letting those hands go. Instead, he's playing that game against a wrestler. He level changed, touched the ground, made the wrestler think his takedown was about to come in, and instead he landed that shot.
Very, very close fight leading into the 3rd and final round here. Šimšek trying to take out that lead leg of Zdravkovic.
There's a big right hand that in the end may have won the fight for him.
Šimšek grabbing the leg, forcing Zdravkovic to defend a little bit, but I don't think Šimšek has any interest in the takedown, Kirik.
Both of them landed clean shots at the same time.
Yeah, super difficult fight to score, very much on a knife edge. And as I say, Kirik, what a way to open up Brief CF 56 live from Belgrade, Serbia. Šimšek has been the one moving a little bit more. Trying to get in with that jab to hook to straight. There it is again.
Šimšek, there you go. Šimšek is having some luck. Throwing at angles and then straight.
He's caught again with that right hand from Zdravkovic.
He's playing a very dangerous game now, Phil. He's staying at the range where he can actually land a shot by leaning just a little bit. But that, of course, is a range where you can get hit, too.
I think it's fair to say that Šimšek is probably a little bit surprised by the striking ability and the ability to eat a shot of Zdravkovic here tonight.
He's fighting a Serbian, and Serbians are, in one single word, tough.
In two single words, I'd go as far as to say very tough.
Indeed, Phil, indeed.
Oh, nice shot again over the top, leaping hook. And you can see Šimšek feels, you can see he knows he needs to turn it up a little bit more. Again, big, heavy
nice sprawl, beautiful heavy hits.
Third and final round, Ahmet, Ronan Šimšek turning it up here. Trying to work his way to the finish and potentially, oh, nice elbow attempt, trying to get that 6th professional win in his young mixed martial arts career, trying to take the O from Zdravkovic.
Inside calf kick, very nice. Does a great job, too, of setting up the outside calf kick.
Šimšek changing levels well now. I feel like his output has been the higher in the third round here, Kirik.
Very, very hard bout to score.
Yep. This is why we are a commentary team, not part of the judging committee.
I do think Miljan needs to be just a little bit more aggressive. And that was a great way to do it. He's got to cover now. He can't let his opponent scramble up. There he goes. No missed opportunity on that takedown. We had one earlier. He's got his opponent covered now. It's a big moment for him.
Šimšek does have 2 wins by submission, so Zdravkovic needs to be careful in this position. Can't allow Šimšek to create those little pockets of space by switching the hips. You can see he's trying to move, perhaps trying to set up the armbar. Has a foot on the hip. Usually that's indicative of trying to create an angle. Pushing away, trying to get back up. Nice work by Zdravkovic just to crowd the work of Šimšek and smother the work that Šimšek is trying to do.
It's an absolutely huge moment for Miljan now. Got his opponent down and he's holding him down. Landing some shots that are not causing a lot of damage, but he's absolutely, positively, during this part of the bout, ahead.
Again, it could be so difficult for the judges to score if Zdravkovic is to finish up on top. A lot of the striking was controlled in the third round by Šimšek, but then the takedown scored by Zdravkovic. He's doing his work now. Very, very difficult back and forth fight.
We have been lauding the striking of Ahmet Šimšek. Yep. He is, as you referenced earlier, a very accomplished grappler as well. 2 wins via submission.
Zdravkovic does a great job to advance his position into the half guard.
Regarded very quickly.
Has one butterfly. Needs to make something happen here off his back to Šimšek. Constant work from Zdravkovic, trying to create space for himself, trying to pass. 10 seconds left in the third and final round. Big swing and a miss from Zdravkovic. He's caught it up kick.
Oh, mighty up kick from Ronan.
And again.
Round ends. Absolutely fantastic job, gentlemen.
What a way to kick off the card here in Belgrade. Both fighters leaving absolutely everything inside the cage.
After 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard. Your first judge scores about 30-27, and your next 2 judges scored about 29-28. For your winner, by unanimous decision, out of the blue corner,